think they're just over 30 grand though. Typical. Good morning, cows! Hi, pal. Ragwort! Nasty stuff. Cows eat it. Or if it goes into silage, no use. Oh, cows! Perfect, everything looks happy and healthy. You love to see it. New Holland hitch bolts. Last night I was carting grain, I was having a walk around the tractor and the trailer, and I noticed some of the hitch bolts were loose. And underneath, 3 are missing. Not ideal, a little bit sketchy. Thankfully clocked before it was a problem. That's what we're needing. 12.3 metre rollers. I think they're just over 30 grand though. I've got my bolts, they're a bit cheaper than a big set of rollers.
It was just gonna, you maybe with a, if you've got a sledge or something, just give that a wallop and see if that would.
Yeah. Well, if you do it quietly.
We're going to combine, Jack.
Right, we've chucked a blob of Loctite on these, so hopefully there's less chance of them falling out this time. Jack's torqued up the top two. I've not got a torque wrench that'll go high enough. Apparently I have to go to about 340 Newton meters. Crank them up as hard as we can get them. Right, we're all torqued up. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's one to keep an eye on anyway. I'm just going to text Kev because he's in the other New Holland just to have a check of those bolts as well.
Hi Kev, morning.
Jack's just tipped out a dry load there that Dad had loaded up, and he's heading away up with the combine over the road there. Kev's just filling up to head out spraying some OSR, spray off the growth of barley that's coming through the OSR that we've sown. Jack's a mechanic at Agricar in his 2nd year, is that right? So if he's not working on the weekends or evenings, he's been coming out to help, which has been right handy. Pretty keen on tractors, he knows his way about a tractor, especially the New Hollands, he's kind of used to them, which makes life a bit easier for us. First spinner could come off. Slug pellet spinner. Those threads are moored. Okay, we're loaded up. I'm going to grab this machine, get it to yard 4. I'm hoping there's enough diesel in here. I think my Bowser there is leaking. The main tank is leaking into the bund. Once I've filled this up, I'll show you why I think that. So Bowser here, I was in it the other day. We drained the bund because it was full. I put these bits of cardboard underneath the filter, the pump, the hose, everything to see where any potential drips are coming from. We ran diesel in it and there was no obvious drips. We blocked off that valve because there was a little bit of moisture coming out of there, and I don't know whether when we were driving, when it's sloshing about, a lot was coming out of there. So that is blocked off. There's a valve here though, so that's fine. There's nothing obvious in terms of moisture on filters, on the bottom of pumps, on pipes, and the bund down there is now half full again. So I don't know whether the main tank is leaking or not. I'm a bit confused right now because the main tank was leaking into the bund. The level of the main tank and the level of the bund would come to the same level. So it doesn't do that though. Like if we fill up the main tank, if the main tank was leaking, I would expect this to fully fill up with fuel and spill over the top, assuming the level in the main tank was above this ledge. It doesn't do that. But there's no obvious drips, and it's quite a substantial amount of volume of liquid down there. There's maybe 150 litres down there. I think it's probably now 60% full, so there's 100 litres in there. I'm a bit confused. We don't have time to figure it out right now. I will. If I come to the conclusion I think it's the main tank, which I need to do a wee bit more digging before I do that, I will then give Michael at GCS a call and ask him his opinion, or Chris. There was a guy, Chris from GCS, phoned me the other day just talking about it. He knows his stuff on Bowsers anyway. We're not going to have time next week, there's hens going out next week and it's still middle of harvest, so we'll get to the bottom of it. Dad's come along with the water and the jetter. Kev's just coming up to fill up from the sprayer tank. Just in time, Kev's arrived. Right, Dad's arrived with a water bowser and power washer. There's a pipe right there, runs into the ditch. This is quite a slope here. Tile in here, dig down, uncover it, jet up the way, see what happens. Firm. Right, we're almost got this out. I've not cleared around the sides too well, but I'm not too worried because it's only about 5 meters till it opens up, so if any gravel or whatnot falls into it, it'll soon be out into the ditch. Nice and clean. Let's get a jetter up there. That's not been running full bore for a while anyway. The only tip I've ever heard when using a jetter is make sure the jet's up the pipe before you turn it on. So that I am going to do. So how it works, it's got one wee jet on the front, so that cleans things ahead of it to make some space. And it's got 1, 2, 3 and 4 jets coming at an angle back the way, and they basically propel it forward. 4 of them pushing back the way and the front one to clear the way. And it should just blast its way up there and clean anything in its path and shift anything out the road. Wish me luck. Hope this starts. I'll just be getting the air out of the system in a moment. Pressure will build and water should come fleeing down here. There it goes. Oh, there's a bit of soap in that water. Jetter experts, let me know, should I be pushing it or just letting it work its way up? Because you can see it's drawing itself in there. I'm running low on hose. We're at our max. It's like chocolate milk. The fact that there's foam in there really doesn't help things for seeing. I think we've not really made it far enough up the pipe. I'll need to get a longer hose, or because I know there's an exit pretty soon, I don't know whether it's a bad idea to jet from there down the way. Probably not a good idea, because you're basically throwing all the rubbish up the pipe while the jetter goes down, and then you have to pull it all back in. But at least it would, if there was a blockage somewhere, it might find it. Right, try a new hole. We had another go at jetting in about this area. The bit that's not getting through, assuming that pipe down there is the same pipe, is from about the middle of that mound down to just that other side of the entrance. That section in there. Possibly under the road that's collapsed, that would make sense. Was hoping we'd find a solution by tonight, because it's going to rain loads tomorrow, but I haven't. I need to go spraying, so we'll have to abandon that again. My milk that Dad ran over. Right, let's go spraying. Turn the tractor on. Wet spot's wet again. I wonder whether that's connected to the wet spot around the corner that's not draining away, but I wouldn't have thought so, because I think just by eye this sits a bit lower than that, so I suspect this drains that direction or that direction, but either way it's not draining very well. That'll be the next thing to have a poke at. Currently spraying out this barley, volunteer barley coming through, and there's a lot of it because it was barley and we've just disked it, we've not ploughed it down, it's all chipping away, so I'm spraying that out so the rape has got a little bit less to compete against. Still slug pellets kicking about. That's been 2.5, 3 weeks, which is good. That means there's very little sign of slugs kicking about, otherwise they would have eaten these. Slug pellet, slug pellet, slug pellet. Basically hardly been touched, the sug pellets. OSR's coming through well. It's getting established. Another couple of weeks and it'll be a good lot bigger than that. And that really helps it get away from any potential slugs. Anyway, spray off all the barley coming through. I've got a leaky nozzle. Back at yard 1, another tank full to do in a field of rape up the hill. That's what's been combined today, that is seed barley. Dad is still working at drying all the malting barley. He's also running it round from there into the big shed. It's like 5 o'clock now. Dad and I are just heading for a cup of tea, and then I'm going back out spraying. Dad's going to continue shifting barley. There's another problem that needs sorting. See that dent and that dent? That was from when the bull escaped. Whoops. Field number 3. Who's been in this field? Someone's been in here with a car. Must have been when it was dry anyway. Whoever it was, Bandit. Maybe it was Dad. Anyway, let's get this sprayed. Rain is inbound, that's it over there. So if you could just stay off for, I don't know, 3-4 hours, that'll just give the chance for said spray to bed in. Well, those 4 hours I asked for, you beauty, we got done. That's not really a good sentence, it's not good English. We got done. We finished. I finished spraying before the rain. Beautiful. There's a lot of rain coming tonight and tomorrow. About 15 hours of thunderous rain. All the OSR is sprayed. Shut up. Jack's getting on fine. That's me done spraying. It's coming in at a decent percentage. It's probably just low 17s at the moment, high 16s. Quite a nice sample, that. A few greens in it. It's seed, so it can't be sprayed off or anything. Quite a hairy sample. A bit of that will come out through the grain dryer. 2nd of, oh look at it, can't even see me. 2nd of September. You can't see me, look at it. It is soaking. Hens are going out today. And it is, the rain's just gone off, but it is sodding. Head to toe and waterproofs will definitely not be combining for a couple of days. The yard is like a river. Don't know how much rain we've had, but that's all pouring through the yard. Typical. I was going to say the hens are going out in the wettest day of summer, but it's not even summer anymore. Timings have landed awfully. We've got a week to turn around the hen shed. Hens go out today, Monday, and back in a week today, Monday. Got to have a full power wash down, shift all the hen pen. The joys. This water here just can't get away because there's all the chaff. It's just built up and basically created a wall. So we've just got a big puddle, which is, it's not going to get in the door of the shed, but it's not miles off of it. Don't want to bring out the forklift to make a pathway because it just ends up with a forklift soaking wet and covered in chaff, which you then drag all through the shed. As well shutting this though. Fantastic. Made a mess, Kev. Catchers are away. They're away to another hen shed to catch more hens. That's the lorry loaded. Our hens don't even make up half the lorry. They're away to the next place to catch hens. It's now 6 o'clock. I've been washing the hen house all day. I've not filmed any of it because it's a miserable job. My phone gets all smelly. Anyway, now I'm doing a slightly less smelly job. Wheat seed has just arrived. Dad is just about finished drying all the malting barley. One more batch to go, and then he's on to seed. Curtain cider where it's a bit tight at the top. Unfortunately, the bag lifter is along at yard 4. This is Dawson. KWS Dawson.